I got caught making out in the classroom. By my crush! Trigger warning, emotional abuse. What the hell are you saying? Kiss you? I exclaimed, eyes wide with shock. Listen to me first, Luke, Miles said, his tone calm but insistent. It doesn't have to be real. Just a fake kiss to make your crush insanely jealous. I hesitated. I don't know. This feels kind of extreme. Come on, Luke. You've been pining after Sam for years, and he still treats you like any other junior. This might be the only way to make him notice you, Miles pressed. And if he still doesn't care, I asked, doubt creeping in. Miles shrugged. Then you'll know it was never meant to be, and you can finally let him go. I thought about all the things I'd done to get Sam's attention. Hanging out with his friends, joining his clubs, finding excuses just to talk to him. And yet all I ever got was a polite wave or a fleeting smile, like I was just another face in the crowd. I let out a slow sigh, but determination flickered in my eyes. Fine, let's do it. I'm ready to kiss you. A few hours later. So we're really doing this? I asked, shifting nervously. We had already lured Sam to this empty classroom with the excuse of a last-minute club meeting. Any moment now, he'd walk through that door. Only if you want to, Miles said with a casual shrug. And remember, it's just a fake kiss. I let out a deep sigh. Let's do this before I start having second thoughts. Steeling myself, I leaned in toward Miles, intending to give him a quick peck near the lips, just enough to sell the act. That shouldn't be too weird. Miles leaned in, and the moment our lips met, a jolt of electricity shot through me. It was supposed to be just a show, a meaningless kiss. But the second his mouth moved against mine, something ignited. Before I knew it, I was leaning in too, drawn by an invisible force I couldn't fight. My fingers tangled in his hair, pulling him closer as heat surged between us. His lips were firm, insistent, sending a shiver down my spine as he deepened the kiss. His hands found my waist, grounding me even as my heart pounded wildly against my ribs. Every breath, every moment felt charged, like a spark waiting to explode. And in that moment, I forgot all about Sam. All I could focus on was Miles, the way he kissed me like he meant it. What the hell is this? The sharp voice made me jolt, and I stumbled back from Miles as if burned. Sam, I breathed, my heart hammering. I had done this to make him jealous. I had expected him to be here. I knew he would be. And yet after that kiss, my mind had gone completely blank. For a moment, I had forgotten everything. What are you doing, Luke? Was that whole last-minute meeting just some kind of setup? Sam demanded, his voice laced with anger. Sam? I fumbled for a response, but my brain refused to cooperate. He let out an exasperated huff. I don't know what you were trying to pull, but congratulations! You just ruined my day! With that, he spun on his heel and stormed off, leaving me frozen in place, staring after him. What just happened? I mumbled, more to myself than anyone else. Miles, still silent since the kiss, didn't say a word. Next morning. I came to school hoping to avoid both Miles and Sam after yesterday's mess. But the moment I stepped into the hallway, I spotted Sam smiling and waving at me. I hesitated before walking over, certain he would still be upset about the whole incident. I was hoping to see you, Luke, he said, his smile easy and relaxed. Look, Sam, I'm really sorry if you're still upset about what happened in the classroom. I promise it won't happen again, I said earnestly. For a brief moment, his eyes darkened, but the smile quickly returned. Yeah, it annoyed me yesterday, but I've let it go. I'm guessing you and Miles were just pranking me, right? Yeah, that's all it was, I lied, forcing a grin. Great. Then let's forget about it. How about we grab lunch together today, he offered. Yeah, sure, I agreed, still thrown off by his sudden change in demeanor. After waving Sam goodbye, I made my way to class, only to find Miles purposely avoiding my gaze. I sighed. Miles, we literally sit together every day. Are you seriously going to ignore me now? He shifted uncomfortably. I'm sorry about yesterday, Luke. I don't know how... Forget, I interrupted. Let's just pretend it never happened. Besides, your idea worked anyway. Miles frowned. What do you mean? A smile tugged at my lips. Sam invited me to lunch today, I said, barely containing my excitement. Wow, Miles muttered, but for some reason he didn't look happy. Honestly, I wasn't sure how I felt either. I had wanted this, time with Sam, more than anything. And yet, even after telling Miles to forget the kiss, I couldn't stop thinking about it. Over and over again. A few hours later. So you're really sitting with Sam for lunch? Miles asked as we walked toward the cafeteria. Yeah, but I'm sure you can join us, I said, offering him a half smile. Miles nodded but remained silent. Hey Luke, I've been waiting for you, Sam called out, grinning as he waved me over. Thanks, Sam, I replied with a smile, then gestured toward Miles. I hope you don't mind him sitting with us. Sam's smile faltered for the briefest moment before he spoke. I wouldn't, but my friends are already there, and I don't think there's enough space. His voice was light, but something about the way he said it felt off. The smile didn't quite reach his eyes. Before I could say anything, Miles had already stepped away, disappearing into the crowd. A strange unease settled in my chest, but I pushed it aside as I took my seat beside Sam, though for some reason he had made sure I sat right next to him. As I settled into my seat, Sam casually draped an arm over the back of my chair, his fingers almost brushing my shoulder. So Luke, he said smoothly, flashing me a grin. I feel like we don't talk enough. Tell me something about yourself. I blinked at him, surprised. What do you want to know? Anything. What's your favorite movie? Favorite food? Got any hobbies? He leaned in slightly, his attention fully on me, as if he were genuinely interested. Though I was happy that Sam was finally noticing me, his sudden change in personality unsettled me. I like playing video games, and I guess my favorite food is a grilled cheese sandwich, I shrugged. Wow, that's so simple? I expected you to have a more refined taste, Sam chuckled. I shifted in my seat, self-conscious. I guess I just like simple things, I admitted. Hey, no harm done, he said with a bright smile. I'm sure I could enjoy a good grilled cheese with you while playing video games. I stared at him in surprise. Was he asking what I thought he was asking? Was this a date? No, maybe he didn't mean it that way. But despite myself, I couldn't help getting my hopes up. 2 days later, Miles had picked me up from my house and we were walking to school together, the awkwardness lingering between us since the kiss was finally starting to fade. So, how are things with Sam going? Miles asked. Not bad, I guess. We're spending time together and that's enough for me now, I shrugged. I still believe you can do better than him, Miles replied. Can we not talk about him right now? I sighed. Why? Already getting tired of him? Miles grinned. Not really. It's just that it feels like he's the only topic we talk about anymore. You're right, Miles looked down and then smiled. By the way, remember those tricks you showed me to win the game? They worked. I'm close to the win now. I clapped him on the back. I knew you had it in you. You just needed a little push. Well, good thing I've got you by my side, huh? He grinned. I chuckled. You can't always depend on me. I might not be around someday. Miles suddenly stopped and grabbed my shoulders, his expression serious. Don't say that. I don't want to lose you. At least not as a friend. Before I could respond, he turned and started walking ahead. Hey, what do you mean? I called after him. Figure it out and let me know, he shouted over his shoulder. Now hurry up or we'll be late for school. I stared at him, stupefied. What the hell did he mean by the last line? And why did I feel so affected by it? A few days later. The past few days had been overwhelming. On one hand, Miles and I had been spending more and more time together. On the other hand, Sam was getting closer. Eating lunch with me, sitting beside me during club meetings, and even walking me home once. It was everything I had ever wanted. Yet for some reason, I felt torn between the two of them. Hey Miles, waiting for me? I asked, dropping down beside him on the school grounds. When am I not? He rolled his eyes, but I caught the hint of a smile playing on his lips. I leaned back, gazing up at the sky. Doesn't it feel peaceful? Just sitting here, you and me? Miles smirked. You getting soft on me now? Maybe I am, I admitted before I could stop myself. The words felt natural, slipping out effortlessly. Miles turned to stare at me, momentarily caught off guard, before mumbling, You're an idiot. Grinning, I poked him in the ribs. Maybe I am, but you're an even bigger idiot. Miles let out a laugh. Okay, stop, you win. Before I even realized it, I had him pinned beneath me, a victorious grin on my face. I'll make sure to always remind you of that. Miles looked up at me, his voice softer now. Do you love torturing me, Luke? Yes, it's my favorite pastime. Without warning, I started tickling him. Laughter erupted between us, filling the air as we rolled around on the grass. Eventually, we ended up lying side by side, breathless and grinning at the sky, the moment feeling light, easy, and impossibly right. Next day, I was attending another debate club meeting with Sam, his arm casually draped around me. By now, I had almost grown used to his sudden closeness. I was trying to focus on the discussion when, out of nowhere, Sam asked, Hey, do you have any plans for the weekend? I might. Why do you ask? I replied, surprised. Well, I was hoping we could go to a nice restaurant together. You know, like a date or something. He flashed a grin. My heart stopped for a second. Was Sam really asking me on a date? Was my dream of going out with my crush finally coming true? The date? I stammered in shock. Yeah, I know it's soon. But I don't want to wait any longer now that I've realized my feelings for you, Sam said warmly. Feelings? Date? This all felt like a dream come true. Yes, I'd like that, I replied, still in a daze. Looking forward to our date, Sam winked, making my breath hitch again. A few hours later. What the hell are you saying, Luke? You're canceling our weekend plans just because of Sam? Miles snapped, his eyes flashing with frustration. Calm down, Miles. I'm sorry, but you know how important this date with Sam is to me. I've been wanting to go out with him for so long, and now I finally have the chance, I tried to explain. So only Sam is important now? Our friendship doesn't matter to you? Your promise doesn't? His voice was tight with anger. Come on, Miles, we can reschedule our gaming night. We play video games together almost every weekend anyway, I said, exasperated, confused as to why he was taking this so personally. So you're tired of me? He spoke softly this time, his voice barely above a whisper. And here I thought that kiss meant something. Silly me, he mumbled almost inaudibly. I froze. My heart pounded in my chest. That's not what I meant. And I thought that kiss was meaningless, I replied automatically. But even as the words left my mouth, they felt like a lie. Miles let out a bitter chuckle, shaking his head. Right, meaningless, he echoed, but the hurt in his eyes betrayed his words. I opened my mouth to say something, anything, but he was already turning away. Enjoy your date, Luke, he muttered before walking off, leaving me standing there with a sinking feeling in my chest, making me suddenly realize that I felt something for him. Something I couldn't ignore anymore. A few days later, I was getting dressed for my date while video calling my best friend Calvin. We'd been inseparable until he moved away before high school. That formal white shirt with black jeans? Perfect. Not too formal, not too casual, he said. Thanks, I mumbled. But Miles and Sam are driving me crazy. I get Sam, but what's up with Miles? I thought he was just a close friend. He was. Until that kiss. Now he's acting weird, and I think I feel something for him too. I am not sure. And Sam's suddenly all lovey-dovey, I sighed. Wow, your life has more drama than a web series, Calvin chuckled. But you should deal with your feelings, and quickly, before anyone gets hurt. My life is not a drama, Calvin, I huffed, ending the call. I knew my frustration wasn't really with him. It was something else. 20 minutes later, I sat in a fancy restaurant, waiting. I had no idea why Sam picked such an upscale place. But despite my nerves, I couldn't help feeling excited. This was our first date after all. Looking great, Luke, Sam grinned, suddenly appearing before me. My mouth fell open in surprise. He was in a full suit, looking effortlessly suave. Thanks, I finally managed. Nothing compared to you, though. He chuckled. Just wanted to make a good impression. Mission accomplished, I grinned. You look amazing. Appreciated, he smirked. Feel free to keep the compliments coming, but maybe we should order first? I laughed. Didn't realize you were this cocky. Cocky? I prefer confident, he winked. Right, of course, I teased. Soon we were enjoying 2 steaming plates of pasta. So, how does this compare to grilled cheese, he quipped. You're not letting that go, huh? I sighed. This is great, but my grilled cheese is still the best. Oh, I didn't know you could cook, Sam said, tilting his head in surprise. You should come over sometime. I'm sure I can impress you. It's a date then, he winked. Suddenly, Sam leaned over and gently brushed away a few strands of my hair. You look too good today, he murmured. You're distracting me. And others, he added darkly. I chuckled nervously. Thanks, I guess. Even as I smiled at him, a sense of unease crept into my chest under the weight of his dark, unwavering gaze. A week later, I was starting to notice something about Sam. He could be a little too protective. Whenever I hugged a guy casually, his expression would shift, and I could tell it bothered him more than it should. I had never pictured him as the jealous type. What I admired about Sam was how effortlessly cool, confident, and popular he was while still being genuinely kind. But this was a side of him I hadn't expected, and I wasn't sure how to feel about it. As we walked to class, Sam had a tight grip on my shoulders. I sighed. Sam, you do know I won't disappear if you let me go for a second, right? You don't realize how innocent and kind you are, Luke. People could take advantage of that. I'm not a kid, Sam. I can take care of myself. And my class is right here, I pointed out. Reluctantly, he let go, flashing a smile. All right, I'll see you at lunch. Don't be late. As he walked away, I exhaled deeply. Being with Sam was something I had wanted for so long, but now it was starting to feel like a burden. I stepped into the classroom and spotted Miles waving me over. Instantly, my mood lifted. Things between us had gone back to normal after our fight, and I was grateful for that. So, what's new? I grinned as I sat down. Miles rolled his eyes dramatically. Right, as if I don't already tell you everything. I nudged him. Maybe something dramatic happened and you forgot to tell me. He chuckled. Trust me, if something dramatic happens, you'll be the first to know. So, planning to lose again this Saturday? I teased. That'll only happen if your lover boy actually lets you out of his sight, he scoffed. I smirked. I'll cancel my plans for you. Or better yet, you could steal me away, I winked. Miles leaned in slightly, his tone turning serious. I'm ready to steal you away from Sam anytime you want. Just say the word. Something in his voice sent a shiver down my spine. Trying to lighten the mood, I joked. Really? You're not afraid you might have to fight for me? His gaze softened, but his words were firm. I'm not afraid of any fight when it comes to you. Suddenly I became aware of how close we were. The same magnetic pull I had felt during our kiss sparked between us again, and for a moment, I forgot to breathe. I realized what it meant, that I liked Miles too, more than I knew. Yet I was with Sam now like I've always wanted. How could I be with Miles? Then, just as quickly, Miles cleared his throat and pulled away. I have to go. Need to submit this assignment, he said, lifting the file in his hand. I frowned. Then why were you waiting for me in class? I just wanted to talk to you. He shrugged like it was nothing, but his words left me with a million questions. As he left, my heart sank even more as I realized that even though I liked him, I couldn't be with him. Now when I had started dating Sam, I felt stuck between the two guys, not knowing who to choose. 2 days later, I spotted Miles sitting alone in the empty classroom, reading a book. Smirking, I crept up behind him and grabbed his shoulders playfully. Miss me? I whispered. Miles didn't even flinch. No. I scoffed, dropping down beside him. Liar, you totally did. He sighed, finally looking at me. Why are you like this? I grinned. Like what? Miles shook his head. Annoying, impossible, relentless. I nudged his shoulder. Admit it, you'd be bored without me. A flicker of something crossed his face, but he quickly covered it up. I think I'd survive. Doubt it, I said, stretching my arms behind my head. Besides, I know you secretly love my company. He snorted. That's a strong accusation. I turned to face him fully, tilting my head. Then prove me wrong. Push me away. Tell me to leave. Miles opened his mouth, then closed it. Instead of answering, he sighed in defeat and rested his chin on his palm. I smirked. That's what I thought. Miles rolled his eyes but didn't argue. We sat there in comfortable silence. After a while, he spoke, his voice softer. You're impossible, Luke. I smiled. And you wouldn't have me any other way. I knew I couldn't be with Miles like I wanted, but I enjoyed small moments with him like this. Next day, I was walking down the hallway with Miles, laughing and joking about something, when he casually draped an arm around my shoulders. It was easy, comfortable, until suddenly Sam appeared in front of us, looking absolutely furious. "What the hell do you think you're doing?" he shouted, his glare fixed not on me but on Miles. Miles didn't flinch. "What does it look like? We're hanging out, like friends do." Sam let out a sharp laugh, eyes burning with anger. "Friends? Right. Were you just hanging out like friends when you kissed Luke?" I tensed. "Sam, that was just a prank," I said quickly, noticing how Miles had gone quiet. "A prank for you, Luke," Sam snapped. "You're too innocent to see it, but Miles wasn't just going along with it. He enjoyed it. He wanted that kiss." "That's not true," I shot back. "Is it not?" Sam sneered. "Then ask him. Ask him if he's in love with you." I turned to Miles, my heart pounding. "Miles," I hesitated, not knowing what to say. Because the truth was, I had started having feelings for him too. But love? That was something I hadn't expected. Miles stayed silent, his expression unreadable. "And now he's taking you away from me," Sam continued bitterly. "He knows how much you like me, but he just can't stay away. He's always there, always in the way. It's like you can never get rid of him." I glanced at Miles, searching for any reaction, but he remained still. Then finally, he spoke, quietly yet firmly. "I didn't realize I was affecting you two so much." "Yes, you are," Sam shot back. "Every time I try to spend time with Luke, every time I plan a date, you're always there, always interfering." Miles exhaled, then nodded. "You're right." His voice was eerily calm. "The last thing I want to do is come between you two. To come between Luke's happiness." He took a step back. "I'll stay away from him from now on. I promise." Then he turned and walked away. "No, Miles, wait!" I grabbed his hand, desperation clawing at my chest. "Please don't listen to Sam. You know how he is." Miles gave me a small, sad smile. "I know. But I have to do this, Luke. Not for him. For you. For your happiness." He gently pulled his hand from mine. "Please don't stop me." I wanted to stop him. To tell him he was part of my happiness. A part of my life I didn't want to let go of. But before I could say another word, he was gone. I stood frozen, watching him disappear down the hallway, a sinking feeling twisting in my stomach. Things were going very, very wrong. A few days later, it turned out I really had lost Miles. He stopped replying to my texts, avoiding me in the halls and cafeteria. His absence left an ache I couldn't ignore. Meanwhile, Sam and I had officially started dating. Ironically, losing Miles seemed to bring Sam and me closer, but I still missed him. That night, we were at a club. "You having fun, Luke?" Sam shouted over the music. "Not really. Not my scene," I replied. "Well, next time you choose," he said. But somehow it was always his scene. At the bar, the bartender gave me a friendly smile. "Feeling lonely? Want some company?" "Perfect drink," I said with a small chuckle. "But I'm here with someone." "Shame," he grinned, until Sam appeared, gripping my shoulder. "He's with me. You got a problem?" Sam snapped. "Easy," the bartender said. "I didn't know." "I don't see you flirting with other guys," Sam growled. "Let it go," I urged, tugging his hand. The bartender's smile vanished. "You don't want to start something here." Sam smirked. "Try me." Moments later, 2 bouncers appeared. We got thrown out. Sam resisted and ended up with bruises. "Happy now?" I snapped. "I was protecting you. I don't need protecting, Sam." He sighed. "I'm sorry. It won't happen again." I hesitated, then nodded. "Let's just go before this night gets worse." Sam smiled and pulled me close as we walked away from the club. But I only felt more trapped, something I knew I wouldn't have ever felt with Miles. 2 days later, Sam and I were hanging out at my house, playing video games, but something felt off. "Wow, I have to admit, these grilled cheeses are the best," Sam exclaimed, taking another bite. I laughed. "Told you I'm the best at making them." "Not just these," he grinned, leaning over to give me a quick peck. I blushed. What was that for? For choosing me, of course. Though, let's be honest, you definitely won the lottery by picking me, he smirked. I raised an eyebrow. So you're back to being your cocky self again? Come on, you like that about me, his smirk widened. The way he said that made something shift inside me. Did I? And I have to say, you're not bad either, Sam added, suddenly leaning in to kiss me. My breath hitched. I had been waiting for this moment for years. I closed my eyes, anticipating the spark, the rush, the feeling of something falling into place. But when our lips met, I felt nothing. No magnetic pull, no electrifying sensation. Nothing like the kiss I had shared with Miles. I pulled away. What's wrong? Sam asked, confused. I'm just not feeling it, I lied. Really? His eyes narrowed slightly. I just nodded, unable to find the right words. Sam sighed, running a hand through his hair. Fine, I'm leaving. What? Why? I asked, startled. We could talk or keep playing. I came here to move our relationship forward, Luke, but I guess you're not ready for that. I'm not here for small talk. And with that, he walked out. A sinking feeling settled in my stomach. Had I done something wrong? Or was this all Sam ever wanted from me? Then out of nowhere, Miles' face appeared in my mind. His easy smile, the way he always knew how to cheer me up, how he supported me no matter what. I wanted to see him. I wanted to be with him. But all I felt was trapped in my relationship with Sam. A few days later, you shouldn't have let Miles go like that, Luke, Calvin said over the video call, his tone firm. I let out a sigh. What was I supposed to do? He wouldn't listen. That's because you didn't fight for him. Instead, you chose that jerk Sam, Calvin shot back. He's not a jerk, I muttered, trying to defend him, but even I knew it was a lie. Really? Because from where I'm standing, he treats you like something he owns, like he controls you. And you're still defending him? He's not always like that, I said weakly, but even I didn't believe my own words. Calvin sighed. I can't force you to see it, Luke, but I hope, sooner or later, you realize the truth and do the right thing. And please, don't let an amazing guy like Miles slip away. With that, he ended the call, leaving me alone with a burning question. Was I really headed in the right direction? Did I even like Sam now? Because my feelings for Miles told me something else. Next morning, I was chatting with friends in the hallway when Sam suddenly grabbed my arm and pulled me aside. What are you doing? He snapped. Just talking, I said, shaking off his grip. Why do I always find you with random people? He sneered. They're my friends, Sam. You don't get to decide who I talk to. I care about you. You're mine. His words chilled me. Possessive, controlling. This wasn't the first time. The subtle digs, the way he always made me feel like I was in the wrong. I'd been trapped, but not anymore. I'm not yours to control, I said firmly. He didn't even flinch. And what if I don't care? A bitter laugh escaped me. I thought you loved me, Sam. I was wrong. I turned, but he grabbed my wrist, fingers digging into my skin. You're mine, Luke. I won't let you go. I met his gaze, calm settling over me. No, Sam. I never was. I yanked free and walked away without looking back. Tears blurred my vision. I wasn't just leaving him. I was leaving the illusion of love. And in that moment, Miles' face flashed in my mind. Kind, steady, always there. The ache in my chest softened. Something warm beginning to bloom. Next morning, I heard about what happened with Sam. Are you okay? Miles' voice broke my thoughts. I will be fine, I stammered, surprised to find Miles talking to me. I know we had our differences in the past, but I'm here for you, he replied softly. Thank you, Miles. I don't know what to say, I said emotionally. Then we don't need to talk. How about a quick game before next class, he grinned. I nodded, smiling. Ready to lose? We'll see who loses, he smirked. For a while, we just competed against each other, and after completing a few levels, we both decided to take a break. So, want to talk now? He asked. I sighed. There's nothing to talk about. Sam didn't turn out to be the person I expected him to be. He was controlling, manipulative, and I felt trapped. I am sorry, Luke, Miles replied. It's okay, Miles. I'm just glad you're here for me. Especially because I hesitated. Because, Miles asked. I hesitated. Because I have feelings for you. I have for some time now. I don't know what to say to that. I thought you loved Sam, so why are you telling me this now? Miles implored. Because I was wrong. I thought I liked Sam, but every time I was with him, I kept thinking about you. But I felt trapped and couldn't get out of the relationship until it was too much. I have liked you too, Luke. No, loved you. But I can't accept this. At least not right now, Miles admitted. I'm not asking you to. Just be with me, please. Even as friends, I pleaded. You don't need to ask for that. I'll always be there for you no matter what, Miles smiled. Thank you, I smiled back, and things just started to seem a little brighter. A few days later, Miles and I had grown closer over the past few days. After my painful breakup, he had been my constant support, reminding me just how lucky I was to have him. He had always been there for me, and somewhere along the way, I fell for him completely. I knew I had to find him. I have to tell him that I love him. Miles! I shouted, seeing him walking down the hallway. You don't have to shout, Luke. I was coming to meet you anyway, he smiled. I know, but this couldn't wait, I gasped. What is it? He frowned. I stepped closer, my heart pounding. Miles, I know I messed up. A lot. I should have treated you better. Hell, I should never have let you go. And now I'm here, begging for your forgiveness. I am here to tell you that I was an idiot to let you go because I'm completely in love with you. Luke, do you really mean it? Miles hesitated. Each and every word, I smiled fiercely. I don't know what to say. I love you too, but I am afraid, he stammered. I know, Miles. I know it's difficult to believe me after everything, but all I am asking is for a chance. Please, I pleaded. I promise to make up for every wrong I've done. Miles nodded hesitantly at first, and then more firmly. Miles, I breathed, pulling him into my arms. I love you. I was an idiot not to realize that the person I'd been searching for my whole life was right in front of me. I'm so sorry. Miles hesitated for a moment before murmuring, Luke, I've cared for you for a long time, but I was afraid. Afraid of losing you as a friend. I thought you'd never see me as anything more. I cupped his face, my voice gentle yet certain. I'm sorry, Miles. What I thought was love before, it was just fascination. But real love, it was here all along, with you. A small, hopeful smile tugged at Miles' lips. Luke, I love you. And then he leaned in. I met him halfway, our lips crashing together in a kiss that felt even more incredible than the last. It was tender at first, sweet and careful, but it deepened, filled with all our regrets, all our longing, and every ounce of love we hadn't dared to voice before. As we finally parted, breathless, I whispered against his lips, no more mistakes, no more regrets. Just you and me, Miles. Always. Conclusion. I never thought I would find my perfect partner in Miles, but I did. He was nothing like the image I had in my mind of the person I thought I'd end up with. But images can be deceptive, and I learned that the hard way. Spending every day with Miles made me realize that my perfect partner had been right beside me all along. I had just been too blind to see it. I was too busy chasing after something fleeting to notice the one person who had always been there. Life with Miles is messy, funny, silly, and filled with love. It may not fit the perfect picture I once imagined, but it's ours. And that's all that matters. Sam tried to stir up trouble a few more times before he graduated, but Miles was always there, standing by my side. With him, I slowly healed from my scars, and just as I had promised, I made up for my mistakes. I don't know what the future holds for us or where life will take us after graduation. But one thing I do know for sure, we'll face whatever comes our way together, just like we always have. With Miles, I finally understood that love isn't about perfection. It's about choosing someone every single day. The end. Question. Do you think, in searching for perfection, we overlook what's been right in front of us all along? Thanks for watching. Consider subscribing to become a part of our Rainbow Force and stay wholesome!